It's something.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
You got your phone next to your interface.
Peace. Peace to the world. What's happening, everybody, man? Peace to all the positive people out there in the universe, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your brothers over here at the God on Earth Hour podcast, man. How y'all feeling? I will that everybody's doing good and doing all right, man. We got a few great guys up in the building, man. Of course, y'all know it's me, man, your brother, Minister Freedom Allah. Peace, man. I will that everybody is in good health and sound mind, man, on this good Tuesday evening. I got my brother Allah up in here, man. Peace to the God. You want to come on up?
Peace. Yeah, I want to say peace to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back. I feel like, I haven't been here in a while. You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole new day. I want to get into this bill with everybody. And, welcome everybody back. Peace.
Peace. God, you been on here before, man, but you want to take the opportunity to introduce yourself?
Peace, everybody. Truthful Law in here on the God and Earth Hour. Just having a good time about the build. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Peace, God. Peace, God. It's a pleasure, man. Y'all know how we do, man. Peace to all the gods, man. So on tonight's episode, man, what we talking about tonight? I know y'all ready for us to get into it, man. So tonight's subject, man, is why the 5%ers don't eat the swine, man. And why you need to stop eating it immediately if you are, man. We're going to give you, I said 5 reasons. IC said 100. 100 reasons why you need to stop eating the swine. Why you need to clean yourself up, man, and get a positive diet, man, and take it upon yourself to eat to live, man. So, got anything y'all want to drop, man? Just hopping into it. Why we don't eat the swine? Of course, we know. If anybody who don't know, what we're here to do, the 5% connection, the God on Earth Hour. We're here to connect the people to the teachings and the culture and the mindset and the way of life of the 5% nation, man. And one of the things that's a part of what we call our dietary law, one of the first things that we're taught in coming into the knowledge is that we don't eat the swine. Like, you need to give up the pig. It's a poison animal. It's something that's poisoning your body and destroying your mind. And we want to show and prove that. We want to go into that because it may be some people out there who's looking at the knowledge and they can see, yo, this is something positive. These brothers got something that really looks life-changing, but I love this bacon and this ham hock, and I just don't understand why what I eat has a role to play on what I learned. So, we want to show and prove for them. You know what I'm saying? We want to make this clear. We want to make this plain. Anything y'all want to add?
I just want to say, I was taught, as a very young lad that you shouldn't eat the pig. The reason why I said there's 99, 100 different ways, why you shouldn't eat it, and the reasons why you shouldn't eat it is because, it's what we call a poisonous animal.
Ooh, let's go.
You understand?
Let's go there.
And it being a poisonous animal, that means that is something that cannot be poisoned.
Oh, shit. Yo. The guy came right into it with some jewels tonight.
I'm just saying, God.
Say it again for him, guys. Say it again, man.
Damn.
Because that's heavier than they might really understand.
That was heavy. That was cold. That was cold. Honestly, I ain't getting no piece to the guy. I gotta give you some more candies. Go give you an alert for that one. That was really heavy.
Word is Bob. You can't poison this animal. It got a hole in the hoof. That if you plug it up, it'll kill it instantly. Because it oozes so much poison and filth out of its system through this hole that if you plug it up, it'll kill it instantly. This is why it's able to live. This is why the Bible teach you that you don't eat no cloven or hoof you know what I'm saying, animal.
Yeah, well, God,
No.
hold on, real quick, cause I wanna,
okay.
I ain't that want to stop you.
Okay. Why you stopped the guy?
I ain't trying to stop you.
Okay.
Because what it is, God, I got you set up already. I got you set up already. So what we want to do, God, and I like where you was going. I just want to lay out at least these 5 reasons, and then we could maybe we could build onto them, right?
Okay.
No doubt,
So,
no doubt.
Truth, anything you want to say to starting off, God? Because I know IC has some opening
I mean,
statements.
you know,
I know you probably want to come off.
you know,
swinging,
it
too.
was the pig was used as a tool. You know, during slavery, it was used as one of the first tools. You know, to get us off of our proper diet. And when you teach somebody to eat different, you know, in time, they'll begin to think different. You know, it's like you are what you eat. You know, that's a real common statement. It's real cliche, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Yeah, you know, the things you eat, they come out of your pores physically. They come out of your digestive system, and a lot of what you eat stays in your body. You know, so the main reason is definitely that it's a poisonous animal, but it was used as a tool against our people. You know, being fed pigs every day. You know, pig and corn mush and stuff like that, and pig guts and chitlins, and just having no other option to eat. You know, and after doing that over time, you can see that our people, as a collective group, we have a bad diet. And a bad diet is the number one cause of death in the black community. It's not, black on black crime. It's not somebody else killing us. It's the diet.
Peace, God. Word.
Heart disease, diabetes, heart attacks, strokes. You're more susceptible to having, diseases and illnesses when you eat pig and in combination, especially with high sugar and high cholesterol and a lot of dairy, stuff like that clogs up your bloodstream, stuff with white blood cells and mucus. And over time, we start having the pig mucus mix up with the milk mucus and these types of things, and you start to create different chemical reactions in your body, like cancer. Like, because if you look at the table of elements, all these elements aren't present in your body at one given time, but some of these radioactive elements are produced by a bad diet. These highly explosive things, these radioactive materials start to grow in your body, and so cancer could come into play by having a bad diet, and eating pork and all that stuff.
And God, we definitely go. I don't want to cut your bill because I want to, pardon myself, I want to go into it because I think that, we gon' as we get to walking through this, and I kind of want to share some things with the audience. I wanted to show some pictures. I wanted to, just share the screen in general, man, and kind of go through this thing, because I think a lot of times people are. Not only is the people, not only are they visual learners, they hear the things that we teach, but a lot of times people need to see. So I wanted to share our screen so we can show some things. One of the first reasons that I was gonna list, man, as the reason you don't need to eat the swine, and that we don't eat the swine, and that you shouldn't, is this picture that I got up here, man. This was called I always had trouble pronouncing it, God.
Trichnia worm.
The trichnia. Trichnelia. That's why I always see 2 different spellings of it, right?
Trichnia?
The trichnelia worm.
If you was to look it up in the dictionary, it would say trichnia.
Really though,
Trichnia.
it could be called the trichnia.
The trichnia.
Well,
I see.
Trichnelia.
Because it comes from 3 different types of worms, which is like the round
let's
worm,
get into
the hookworm, and the whipworm.
Hold on.
Ooh.
The heartworm,
Ooh.
the hookworm, and the tapeworm.
Well,
I would say, because that's the cat dog and the rat worm.
I would say we got them 5 that we can go from.
Well, what's the cat worm?
I'm not familiar with the cat worm.
Well, well, my thing before we go there, God, because what I want to do is just get an understanding of what exactly this worm is.
That
You know
worm,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's
the
what
trichnia. The trichnia worm is the worm that lives and exists inside the flesh of the pig, right?
God,
And what?
however,
Go ahead.
there are many worms.
Peace, God.
There
Thank
are many
you.
worms that exist in the flesh of the pig. However, the trichnia worm is one of the most deadliest worms that exists in the flesh of the pig, and
Peace,
it is one of
God.
the only worms that can exist in either a dog, a pig, or a human.
Ooh.
And the trichnia worm exists in these three different individual forms. And the trichnia worm is a worm that you can't kill it. Whatever meat it is in, you can't cook the meat at a temperature high enough to make the meat still consumable to kill the worm.
Mm.
In other words, there's not a temperature high enough for you to cook it at and say that I killed the worm and still be able to eat it. That's the trichnia worm. A lot of other parasites you can kill at a high temperature, but the trichnia worm can still live because of the multiple worms or the three different worms that it is made of. That's why it's called a trichnia worm, because TRI is the prefix of the spelling of the name.
True indeed. And God, this one thing. This one thing that I wanted to. This one of the one things I wanted to show really quick, and I got you up here. I see. Is that no? This is an article from Dr. Axe and a quote from the Mayo Clinic, and a nutritionist, and they was just breaking down something. And I thought what was interesting. What they said was that similarity to what these worms do to pigs, they do to humans. So if you eat the raw or undercooked pork or eating pork, you swallow the larvae, which is in the cyst, and then your digestive juices dissolve the cyst, right? And that's how they penetrate your intestines, where they mature in adult worms and stuff.
Well,
Go ahead, God.
This is the same thing that makes it impossible for the pig to not have it in the system.
Ooh.
Because of the larvae, and because that a pig eats its own feces, and when it defecates its own feces, it consumes its own feces in the system. And as it consumes its own feces that it defecates, it continues the system and the growth and the development of the trichina worm in the system of the pig, allowing it to not even be something that's able to be eliminated.
And another thing we have to understand is, the when we say cooked all the way or undercooked, in order to cook meat all the way, technically you have to burn it. Anytime you're dealing with germ DNA.
The messenger referred to it as make sure that you cook your meat twice.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
cook it hard twice.
You gotta cook it. Some people say well done. Even well done is not cooked all the way.
Yeah.
So these worms survive in high heat, and then the ones that survive in high heat that lay eggs, the eggs that they lay are immune to that same heat. Because this is how the organisms reproduce. When they reproduce, it's just like if you get sick as a child, right? And you're not vaccinated, you just catch a common cold. Now you have a degree of immunity towards that common cold, right? Unless it turns to a variation like a flu, you catch the flu. Now you have more of a immunization, natural immunization. That's what they call it. So the bugs do the same thing. The worms do the same thing. You spray them with bug kill, the bugs that's on the plants. When people spray them with the insecticide, they develop an immunity. So now, over the years, these insecticides, they stop working. They got to replace them and make more insecticides. So now you got some super bugs, and you also got some super doped up plants. Because you got all kind of germs that's in the plants that are becoming naturally immune too.
Well, in God,
Exactly.
this is another point that I was gonna make that you bring me to. One of the reasons that I was gonna list of why you need to stop eating swine if you're eating it. The FDA, when they did an analysis of the major pork plants and pork producing plants and places where they procure and test pork, they found that in
It's clear.
198 samples when they tested pork,
I don't know why I'm telling you.
in 198 samples of where they tested pork,
Pardon yourself.
they found that the pigs tested positive for hundreds of antibiotics that people use because of how that pigs that most they said that 90% of pigs that hit the production line are sick with pneumonia, and that they have to feed them and hit them with so many antibiotics just to keep them alive, right? As
Right.
well as, I was reading this other article where they was talking about, where they tested over 240 different pork products, and that, these different type of all these different types of bacteria was found in 69% of the samples, because what they was breaking down was that the pork production in recent years has tripled. That whereas they was once killing 1,500 pigs an hour, now they killing 6,000 an hour. But got the same amount of people doing quality inspection. So you got twice as much bacteria, twice as much poison going over into the actual pig that people eating.
I thought niggas was eating less pigs.
No, they eat more
because
pig.
the thing
They
is
eat
they
more
putting the
pig.
pig inside of things. They
Peace,
not
God.
just eating. A lot of
Bill.
brothers is they'll be eating. They don't eat. They don't eat bacon. They don't eat pork chops, chitlins, or pig feet, nothing like that. But then they'll be eating some gummy bears
You know,
and not knowing that they coating it.
that remind me of a book that Shahrazad Ali made not too
Ooh,
long
Bill,
ago
Bill.
called "How Not to Eat Pork."
Oh shit.
Because a lot of motherfuckers say they don't eat pork, but they don't even
Ooh.
know how to not eat pork. And the Jizza said it, and all you Wu-Tang heads, you know what I mean when I said you gotta read the labels. You gotta read the labels. Read the labels.
Gotta read the labels.
You in the supermarket, you buying that can of spaghetti sauce, read the labels.
Yo, you buying some body soap?
Read the labels.
Read the labels. I bought some, man. I seen
Find
some body
out-
soap with gelatin in it.
Find
Tell
out
you.
find
Yeah,
out what
God.
ingredients that are in the common things that we use that are labeled as pork. Well, there are pork ingredients that are labeled in different, commodities that we consume every day. Read the labels and find out what ingredients are in the labels. I can't tell you how many individuals that look at me crazy because I'm in the aisle when I'm in the supermarket and I'm actually reading the ingredients.
Bill, God.
Word is bond on everything. They like, they look at
By
me
the
like
time
I'm
you
crazy.
get it, they already worked.
Yo, and God, here's what I was gonna say. Have y'all ever heard of y'all familiar with Hernando de Soto? If I'm putting- He is who there's considered the father of the American pork industry. He's the conquistador who brought a ship with 13 pigs on board in Tampa Bay, Florida in 1593. And
Wow.
he died only 3 years after having his pigs, but due to him introducing the pigs, by the time after he died, there was over 700 more. The pigs had tripled. There was 700 pigs in the area.
He was breeding them.
Yeah, they was breeding them. Well, if you know anything about pigs, that's why they're a great animal that people that capitalists love, because they produce really fast. Pigs have and that's another thing. Even I was studying that what they do to these pigs while they in these little farms and where they cut them up. And pigs have a quick gestation rate, so they can have babies and multiple litters of babies in the same year. And they breeding them, taking them through it, having them in these little small cages, man. So it's really tough. But what I want to say is, a lot of these things come from places that we don't even know. This not something that we eat or something that's part of a yeah, that's good water. Something that's part of a righteous diet or something that you should be eating. God, any other you good, God? Any other add-ons or what y'all's coming with about the swine? I see.
It's deep. I mean, shit.
Well, I'm with this. When you're dealing with the swine, make sure that you keep it off your mind.
Tell me.
Meaning, you got a lot of individuals that will say that they not eating pork. Okay, let me take it back. Let's just say I spent 2 years almost 3, as a vegetarian. And when I was a vegetarian, I cut away the meat, period, for my diet. And while I was doing this, I noticed that you had individuals that would still eat soy burgers or crumblers and things of this nature. And to me, I found that weird because my whole impulse was to eliminate meat. So I wasn't looking for a substitute in regards to meat, And as the years went on, my understanding developed. But however, in the beginning, I found that something strange. And this one fact still stands to this day. I don't see how an individual could deal with something like being a vegetarian and you still looking for bacon bits.
Mm.
That means that you still got swine on your mind.
Telling you. So you want the vegan bacon bits?
And they'll say that that's what it is. But how
It's
don't
pork.
you gotta have pork flavoring?
It's pork flavor.
In order to have something, you know what I'm saying?
If we talking about pork,
Well,
then and swine, that's two different things.
We're not talking about pork.
Pork is swine, but swine.
We're talking about an individual that's saying they're a vegetarian and still consuming the products, like saying that, like
let me add on.
going to get shrimp.
It's deeper than that. It's
Going to
deeper
get
than that.
shrimp,
It's
you're a vegetarian.
it's deeper than that.
What
Because
was
hold
you
on.
saying the difference between pork and swine? God, I was interested in where you was going with that.
Okay, well,
Let's go there.
the pork and the swine. It's a lot of things that's swine. If you out there having unprotected, self-equality unknown with workers, sex workers and stuff like that, then you overstepping your boundaries and you doing some swine thought things right there. That's a swine thought. If you listen, if just being savage, like if you cuss at your mother, like I seen people that do that type of stuff, like when I was coming up when I was young. Yeah, some swine, that's swine, bro. Now, pork itself is a dietary swine. You know what I'm saying? But when we say swine on your mind, that's just a poisonous thought itself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Savage in pursuit of happiness, just swine on your mind. But I hear what you're saying, though, guy, off top, because, when people are cleaning their diet up and they still, like, I want veggie patties and this and that, okay, you could say, okay, they still desire this type of meat product. However, my argument to that, or my counter to that would be veggie patties was before meat patties.
Okay, but I'm saying
That predates meat patties.
Could you see yourself craving for a veggie pork patty?
A veggie puts no such thing. What the fuck is Hold on, sir. Hold on. You mean veggie bacon?
Say no.
You gotta say it like that.
No. Veggie pulled pork. I've seen it.
What?
I've seen it.
Hold on. You said what?
Vegetarian pulled pork.
That's what it was called?
That's what it was called. Made by Morningstar. Vegetarian meat.
Okay,
It's
well,
veggie meat with pork seasoning.
Let me
Pork seasoning.
let you like
with
this.
what they call smoke seasoning.
That
They
right
know
there-
you on that motherfucker.
If it say pork on the bag, that's I don't want that.
If you're a vegetarian, they say beef.
If it veggie beef,
Yes.
I've heard. Okay, now listen, that's just a terminology. However, the first people that I ever seen with some veggie meat was Chinese people.
In order for it to say beef flavoring, you would have
Listen,
to have
hold on, let me add on. The people like Morningstar and Impossible and Beyond, all that. If you look up the owners right now, y'all can look up the owners and see who they look like, right?
No. I like what somebody on Instagram dropped on us.
What's that?
And that's what they said. I like what somebody just said on. That's what you said. I like what somebody just said on Instagram was that goes for sea swine as well.
Sea swine.
Okay.
sea swine.
I got yeah. Lobsters and
The
crustaceans and
the
and
scavengers.
Yeah, but
The
catfish.
scavengers.
No, without a doubt. But my point is if a person, there's no wrong reason to do something right. You could do righteousness by accident. That's why it's truth or square, because you could listen. Truth or square means that somebody that's in tune with the truth, yo, you on the truth side. Somebody that's square, they might not be in tune with the truth, but they live a square life. And they still live it squarely. So somebody that's in tune with the truth could say, hey, man, their actions is lightweight aligned. Because what's a square? 4 right degree angles, or 4 right angles, right? So when we say a right angle, that's righteousness. That's the east. So that's why it's square. The truth is of the east, the far east, which is the righteousness. You know what I'm saying? So when we dealing with a man who it's like a woman. A woman could say, I'm about to stop eating pork today because I want my waist to get slimmer and I want my booty to pop out more. No, for real, because some girls do that. Now, is that a bad reason? Now, some people might be like, oh, she's sexualized. No, that's true. Like you might say, like, that's not the righteous reason, but what's not righteous about her not eating swine to get to her goal? I don't give a fuck what her goal is. She ain't eating swine to get it. Because it's women that'll say, I'll never stop eating swine because that's why my booty fat.
God, real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Not to get out of line if it's women, but I've heard these types of the argumentos.
But look, real quick, man.
I'm serious as a heart attack. I've heard these, and I've heard a woman say that, and I had to think about it like, damn, is she
I'm gonna keep fat.
is she qualified as a worker? Would I disrespect her? Would I look down on her for her saying? Because I'm looking for a person to say, I'm not eating swine because my mind is clearing up. I'm getting righteous. I'm starting to see the black man is God and that the black woman is the earth and I shouldn't be eating this. That's what I want people to say. But somebody might say, hey, man, I don't eat pork no more because that shit too salty for me.
If she and it was a plan, and she overweight, and she said, I'm gonna stop eating pork because I want to make sure that I get.
I'm trying to get centerfold. Hey, I'm BBW. I'm trying to get down to the.
Real quick, man. So no, you good, guy. I just want to make sure I keep it. I want to take it, make sure everybody caught it if you missed it. Cause look, we're gonna take a break, man. We're gonna go to commercial. I got some music. I got a clip to drop. So we just was going for anybody who just hopping in and just joining with us, man. We going through why we don't eat the swine and why you need to stop eating the swine, man. Word is bond. You know what I'm saying? So for one, like we said, you got the trichinosis worm or the trichinella worm. You got other parasites that exist in the swine. Number 2, you got the antibiotics and the food and how they treat the pig while they in the factory. One that we didn't go through was what I think you might have touched on it a little earlier, but the religious aspect, how it's mentioned in the scripture, you know, in Leviticus, thou shalt not eat it for the cud. Go ahead.
You got the fat ankles, the big booties, and the thick thighs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to, it's just extra weight.
Hey, but listen, let's not just listen. The fellas, listen. There's some fellas that listen. Don't believe the hype. You know what I'm saying? Because it's affecting us way more than it's affecting the woman. Because listen, it's just
got what they call them love handles.
Man, forget the weight. Brothers, how many brothers is making it past 70?
Damn.
Brothers got diabetes. Brothers got stress. Brothers got a gang of children, and it's stressful living life and having to get money, and people don't understand the position of the original man, and we hold shit in and all that shit, and then swine on top of that. Motherfuckers
can
be
I say one more thing?
man.
Go ahead, guy.
One more thing.
Drugs and shit.
Yeah. God, you're right on point. Everything you're saying, but let me introduce one more thing into that equation. Get your ass out and exercise.
Telling you.
Go walk real fast. Go walk real fast around the corner twice. I don't care where you stay at. make sure you get some exercise. Get that swine on your mind too. Laziness, slothfulness, that swine on your mind. You know what I'm saying? That's having parasitic, type qualities. Pig-like type qualities. So these are the type of things we want to try to eliminate and eradicate from our behaviors.
A lot of those sicknesses come from the animals, like with the mad cow disease. You think that the pigs ain't stressed out? You know what I'm saying? The life that they subjected to, right? And then they killing them. Cause think about this: all the pigs is female. A pig is a female. A pig is not a hog is a male. So when you dealing with when we talking about eating pig, we talking about eating female only. When you talking about cow milk, that's a female. You talking about eating beef, that's a female. You're not eating bull meat.
What they call the sow.
They separate that. They got bison meat and then they got cow meat. When you eating lamb, that's little female lambs. So what you got to understand is the meat that people is eating, all the female energy, these emotional animals. Years ago, mad cow disease, cows was running full speed into the wall. And then they cutting them up and cutting the ribs open and a bunch of pus is coming out of these mad cows. You look at the videos online.
Well, and even that's where I was going with the pig, about how when you test the pig, about even in that CDC study that I had pulled up, how the CDC had found over 198 different, these pigs tested positive for over 198 different antibiotics. Just the meat that tested for the antibiotics. Which just goes to show these are the different things that the pig is being given in its lifetime in between being birthed and getting killed and being slaughtered. So it's like, and then when you study the factories, one, they keep these pigs in these little ass cages, 4 or 5 pigs in a cage. They shitting on each other, they pissing on each other. They already rolled around in filth, like the guy said. They can't excrete, poison. They don't have sweat glands. So, and then you got these factories. They ramping up they done went from killing 1,000 pigs an hour to 5,000 pigs an hour, and all that shit coming on your plate. So if you eating pig, not only is you eating the filthy ass animal and the poisonous ass animal itself, but you eating all the poison, all the antibiotics, all the shit and the filth that came on the route to getting to your plate too. Well, come on, God.
Well, I got it's like more like a question.
Go ahead.
What's a pig used for?
Peace, God.
Garbage disposal.
The pig was originally brought to the shores of the wilderness of North America to be used as a garbage disposal. That's what God just said. And eventually after that, it became something that was domesticated. To where they had them in everyone's home. But
Okay.
Before you had a sewer system. Before you had a sewer system. Well, before you became here, there was never a time where they were so mass produced.
Right.
It's like this is the breeding ground. Like an example, Hogs Island.
That's what I was about to go.
Go God.
Well, in Detroit, we have a real famous, real popular place that people like to hang out. That's known as Belle Isle. But before it was Belle Isle, back when Detroit was in the control of the French, it had several other names. It's been called the Isle St. Clair. Before that, the British took over, and before the French really took it from the Indians, it was known as Hogs Island. The native people had a name for it too, but the French brought pigs with them and put pigs on that island because it was so many rattlesnakes.
Poisonous rattlesnakes.
Before it was Hog Island, it was known as Snake Island. So they put the hogs or the pigs on the island to eat the snakes.
Because you can't poison a pig.
Let's think about this though. Did they put a hog or a pig there?
I think they put
hogs
there.
there. That's why it's called Hogs Island.
Because the hog is the male.
No, go.
This
No.
motherfucker is the 99.9% poisonous thing that we talking about.
Right.
That's Yaku.
You can't eat no hog.
Ooh, he that poisonous. You can't even.
Let me tell you, I asked you what's the hog.
Listen,
Oh,
you-
Mike
you-
right here. I'm over here talking. Listen,
You're
hold
not
on.
gonna face up. You're not gonna face.
I got one more thing the hog is used for. Y'all done hit me with.
Come on.
Peace, God.
First aid. What happens when you get bit by a rattlesnake if you can't put your mouth on it and pull it out, and you start to become poisoned? And they get they get a pig, a hog slice, and they wrap it around your wound. And guess what those trick nail worms is about to do? They about to suck out that poison. Now that's fact. Look it up. First aid.
Yeah. So, come on, IC.
We don't eat that stuff. We use it as a tool.
What was the question? You asked the question when God answered that. What was the question that you asked God?
You hit me with a question.
It was something.
No, I don't really think it was a question. He kind of really answered it. It was just kind of going into our point. But I did want to go into the music, God, and I do got a clip, man. Let's take a quick break. We're gonna go into the music. We're gonna go into the clip, man. I'm gonna rock the. Let's get it going. Get that going real quick, like, man. So what y'all want to go for first? The clip or the music?
Let's go with the music.
Wonderful, man. So y'all know how I do, man. I got all the love and all the peace, man, to the Bakers Club crew. You know what I'm saying? So I got to show some love to the gods. My man, Raz Fresco. Peace to the God.
Peace.
Peace.
God's dropped a new track, man. I gotta make sure that I put it out there. If you ain't already hip on the God, Raz Fresco, the Bakers Club, they whole little camp, man, out of CLR Nation, man. The gods is really putting it down, man. Peace to the great gods. I don't think the God may be tuning in. If you is, peace to the Black Seed. The gods coming in live, man. You know what I mean? We you know what we like to do here is show love to the gods and the earths that's making powerful music, that's making powerful content. We want to introduce our people and the people that's tuning in with us to the powerful content. So we want to not only be able to have these conversations about knowledge, man, but we want to be able to spread what's hype and what's popping and what's live, man, to the people, man. So we got a track tonight from the God and his crew, man. Wonderful. Bricks in the house, man. Y'all check it out and do the knowledge, man. Peace. Let's do it. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Drop what y'all think about the track, man. Whether it's fire, drop some flames, whatever. Peace.
Yo, mute this joint out.
Hold on.
Hey, yeah, I'm like that bad feeling. I'm like the gat that blasts.
Do you realize?
No, I'm saying I just didn't want you to open the door, but it's all
Through
good.
your eyes.
Fuck abstract, my shit's complicated. Yeah, check. Hey, yeah. Hey, yo, with Chris in the house, nigga. Yeah, feel that. Check. Hey, yeah, I'm like that bad feeling. I'm like the gat that blasts villain. Going real fast as I pass the building. You know, Brisk been the truth. You get asked the children. Cash the bill with. Bullets might splash the pilgrims. Everybody gotta go. Don't ask what killed them. As long as I got money in the stash to chill with. As soon as I pass $1 million, get the next one. I wanna be that nigga that niggas get their checks from. The rest up. Keep your mind fresh for the next one. The cess blunt. Got my mind open like a restaurant. Brisk in the house, I make sure the job gets done. Niggas wanna hate, but they know the God bless. Yo, there's no such thing as a wrong question. I learned my mom's lessons as a young adolescent. Yo, I had to tell your girl slow down, she mad aggressive. Cash that I'm left with past my last inspection. We in the house like flash on the beat. Every day, yo, rap in the house like I just don't slide home. Splash beats like nigga, fuck around, beat drop. Fuck you with the wrong one. That's how it goes. Fuck sing. Splash the beat, blast the heat rapidly. Please don't ask to speak. I'm like a masterpiece. Brisk in the house, got it filled to capacity. Rhyme slap engineers' ears when they track the beat. Ayo, my frequencies is high levels. That's why I got bars for you weak MCs. I got bad static on my antennas. We grab hammers. Sorry for the bad man. Yo, I asked him where he got it from. He got it from Atlanta. I miss my nana. I rap gifts like Santa. Yo, with Brisk gotta stand up. We got a real problem. Leave these stretched out, niggas gotta lift your man. Hey, yo, niggas always wonder what be keeping the lights on. I'm trying to get paid every time that I write songs. Another brother gone, I'm just glad it wasn't me. And niggas can't run from death, but keep their Nikes on. It's like that.
Love it, man. That was dope. Peace to the gods.
Wisdom cipher.
Yo, peace, yo. That was super dope, man. So that, like I said, man, that was Brisk in the house, man. One out the Bakers Club crew, man. Peace to the God. Peace to they whole crew, man. That's Our Power and Ras Fresco and them crew, man. They doing the real live. I like the music they whole team is making, man. So I wanted to show up some love and support them boys. Next up, man, I got a really dope clip, man, from a great God. I just want to be able to add on, man. So I thought this was a really good one to share, man. I'll be looking for tracks and be looking for clips to add on to the fam and give people a sound and a taste of, man. I feel like that it's a lot of content, it's a lot of knowledge out there that if you ain't in tune with the who's who, or if you ain't in the know, or if you don't know the different pages and the different places to find that content, you will miss it. So it's up to us, man, to make sure that it stay manifested, man. So guys, y'all still with me? Y'all ready?
Peace.
Peace. So this is a clip, man, from the legendary Great Mind, man. This is one guy I didn't have the pleasure to walk with. I've heard a lot of great things about him, man. I thought this was a really powerful clip from 2012. Y'all do the knowledge. Let us know what you think.
Love is love forever. Love is forever. So you bringing about the chances of manifestation of what, God and the earth. Don't tell me that the earth don't have no mind. She got a mind, just like you got one. I know y'all got that silly stuff years ago, that the earth don't have no mind. That's crazy. You think I was planting my seed and the earth that don't know how to protect her what? Her foundation? Y'all got to build. You got to study mathematics, because that's what it's here for. Now it's the bone problem. Now it's showing and proving the revolution, the evolution, and the existence of that which what? It's belong, non-polluted. So we pollute our intelligence with the perfection of which we demand. And man, having now decided you know to the lie, is being committed by his own will to control that universe. Because the weight is upon him, it is his natural duty to enforce that universal law. If not, he'll be recognized as a weak man and will no longer be in the kingdom of God. For imperfection is the privilege of those who are human, and perfection is meant by people who are perfect, and whose perfect cannot miss but a law. So therefore, all human judgment is irrelevant and imperfect to our universe. Our universe is about love, peace, and happiness. Our universe is about teaching the baby, so that the baby can be aired like you. If they're not aired like you, if it's a earth, then it's got to be aired like her mother. You got the Y and the X chromosome. The Y did it with that which is GOD. Once you produce that GOD, then you bring about yourself all over. But you give her the privilege of manifesting the OX within hers, so she can bring about herself over again. So that's showing that our universe is you and I based. We dealing with that mathematical change. Man and woman cannot exist without each other. The God and earth can't exist without each other. Because we are interdependent, meaning one cannot exist without the other. You need her to bring about you, and she needs her to bring about her. Because we're dealing with that interdependency. We showing the universe. We showing the way it exists. How do you think all this came about? It came from our seed of mentality. Our seed produced that universal intelligence under 5 chemical reconstructed terms of mathematics. And you want me to deal with my Einstein? Then you got to recognize it. You got to become a head like me. Because the mind is blameless. It's only known to the man of greatness. And the powers of the earth is mastered by the powers of the mind. And for one to become heir of the mind, then he must allow all thoughts of limited manifestation cease to exist and the powers of his intelligence. Do you understand that? Everything is for real here. We didn't get knowledge out of nowhere. We got it from somewhere. And that somewhere was Almighty God. Allah. That's the intelligence that we can have. Because that's what the universal justice that shall pass the girl and divine judgment. Build these rights of mankind and measures with the proportionate of self-knowledge. Any one man cannot judge for another, but each man must judge his own mind and weigh the facts and circumstances and find truth to his own judgment and righteousness. We show to prove it, the reality that exists is for real. Don't you see the realness thing up there? For real.
Yo, the guy was going. Would y'all know? Any ass, he was dropping it. He was really dropping it. A lot of it might be over y'all heads. Cause even I was sitting here smiling like, ooh, I know what that is that he going through. Cause I mean, he was all over the place. And I heard different things about the God, that he was definitely one of those guys you wanted to walk with. I see what you about to say, guys.
I would just say that, the God.
He was dropping it.
I can say that if it's there's only one other God that I can mention besides this God that I can say that I'm actually disappointed that I wasn't able to walk with the God, because I know that I was in Cyprus with the God, amongst the God, and I didn't take the time to walk amongst the God.
Damn.
And he is one of the gods that I would say that, and besides that God, the other God that I would say that about is God, Universal Sham God, even though I wasn't in the nation at that time, but that is one God that I wish that I could have, one elder, one firstborn that I wish I could have walked amongst.
Word.
To be able to absorb some of the knowledge, that's what I would say that about the God. Peace to the God.
Peace, God. Yeah, peace to the great mind. Anything you want to say, God?
No, God, Nah, I ain't got nothing to add on with, it's definitely just doing the knowledge to what the God had to say,
Yeah. Oh no.
As far as our side par.
Yeah. Well,
About it,
the God, what I will say, and that was really a clip, man, for those that's in the know. You know what I mean? I would say probably the true and living gods could really appreciate that, and from seeing that and through my study of different gods like him and just other great gods, man, they study so much. They studied so many lessons and so many things, and they took the time to commit all of those things to memory, and watching them reminds me of the value and the power of that, right? Like, I think people sometimes shy away from it, like, yo, I gotta memorize all that, but not realizing that having all of these things and all these things that you study committed to memories give you this supreme ability to be able to teach it and manifest it at any given time. And I could just listen to the God and think, like, all you think is like, damn, he's quoting this and he's quoting that, and I know he's quoting this lesson and I know he's quoting that lesson, even though we all know 120, but it's like he's going all over the place. So it's like, damn, man, it's so powerful to me, God. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that was a dope one. I had watched that a little earlier, and I said, man, we got to share that one tonight, man.
The God's build is always powerful.
Yeah, the God build is powerful. Him and Lord Reveal is one of them guys I would say, like how you said, I didn't get a chance to really walk with, but met them and read their writings and.
Reason why I won't say that about Lord Reveal,
because I know you spend time with Lord Reveal.
Yeah. Peace to the God.
But you can see why I could say that though.
Ain't no question.
Right.
Ain't no question.
Right.
I'm proud to say that is as close as the Universal Sham God as I could get. Lord Reveal.
What?
And his history related to Universal Sham God.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Those that know.
Peace to the God. Word. So yeah, man. With that, man, we're gonna take some questions. We're gonna keep it rocking, man. Antoine 614, man, on IG, man, said, peace. Do we know any guys that do study martial arts? Man, I know dozens. Inbox us with your state, with your place, with your location and your contact information, or you can go to the 5percentconnection.com. I can connect you with, pretty much guys everywhere, man. I know guys in every state, man, that know martial arts. Honestly, in most states, I mean, New York, D.C., Atlanta, D-Mecca. I mean, I don't really know too many guys that don't know some degree of martial arts. So it's definitely some guys. We do know some guys that teach martial arts. I mean, I got my man
Seafood.
Infinite Mind out in Florida. It's a bunch of great guys with that work on the martial arts tip. With that work. So, yeah, man. 17 on YouTube. Yes, bro, that was powerful. That was a hitter. You would say you and Savior C. We gotta connect you with Born King, the God out in Charlotte. But yeah, that was a powerful, man. So if you just getting here, man, to tonight's episode in the God on Earth Hour, man, we talking about why we don't eat the swine. We listed so many reasons. We went through more than 5. We talked about how the factories is dirty, how they killing 3,000 pigs an hour. How they pumping them with so many antibiotics and so many bacteria. How you got so much bacteria and dirt and poison on the meat.
The circulation of the swine.
I'm telling God.
Of the trichinoid worm in your system.
Right.
Oh, we didn't talk about trichinosis. We didn't mention that part. How the trichinalia worm, it crawls up to your brain. It goes through your muscles.
To your spinal cord.
Goes through your spine
and
spinal muscles.
And lays larvae.
Yeah, but it hatches larvae. And then you have, it's called trichinosis, and it's worms in the brain.
Peace,
and
God.
People can see through their eyeballs.
It take an extra 3 or 4 years to get rid of it out of your brain.
And when people die of that stuff, oh man, look it up on YouTube or anything on Google. People dying of that stuff, and the doctors cutting their head open.
Man, we showed the worm, and all this come from eating the filthy ass animal, the swine. Man, we don't do that. Ooh. We talked about how it's got so many different worms.
Clean yourself up.
How it's filthy and pumped with hundreds of diseases. How we can name so many diseases that's directly related to eating the swine and eating the swine flesh, from rheumatism to arthritis to many different cancers, diabetes, parasites, and all these disgusting things that exist in the diets and in the mindset of our people. It's a lot of it is due to the swine. We talked about how it's in other ingredients, right?
Sitting on your ass and not wanting to do nothing.
We talked about
slothfulness.
The mental swine.
Yeah.
How people got swine on the brain, how they got poison on the brain. We talked about how do you get this swine off of you. So I think that's Malika Moon, Malika Moon on Instagram. How do you join the 5%ers? You got to get connected with Gods and Earths near you.
You gotta study.
You gotta study.
You gotta study.
You can't join this if you wanted to. I'm just saying, you can't join this. This is the understanding.
You gotta study.
It's understanding.
Well,
a study you got to go up under in order to partake in this.
Absolutely.
Well, it's not something you could join. You don't know to join it. You got
absolutely
join the understanding.
But now, if you want to get connected with us, if you're ready to learn, what you could do, and this to anybody that's on the live stream, you can go to the 5percentconnection.com. Scroll down. Hey, I'm ready to get the knowledge. Click the link. Put in your name, your email address, your phone number, and your city, and then we can connect you with people in our culture physically where you are.
No doubt.
So that you can learn and you can walk and talk and get this knowledge yourself and learn. Because it's something that you can walk and talk. It ain't nothing like the God said. It ain't nothing you can join. It ain't something you can download. We can't email it to you.
It's an agreement.
This is about you being a pioneer.
Yeah, it's an agreement.
This ain't about you being a buccaneer. This not about you coming after somebody and being a somebody that's following. You got to be a trailblazer. Right. So when I said you had to study, you have to find somebody to learn from. However, it's up to each individual to take on the responsibility.
Well, God, look what she said. She said she been studying. She said her dad was apart from Chicago and he died when she was 2. So she trying to pick up where he left off. Listen, sis, if you in Chicago, I just got off of a Zoom call with a whole cipher of Gods and Earths in Chicago, and it's a bunch of great guys out there, a bunch of great Earths. You send us your info. we could get right with you. I connect you to my brother
Yeah.
Powerborn.
Give them
They
connection.
might be on this live stream. So Free and Powerborn, if y'all tuning in, man,
Do the
y'all
knowledge.
drop in on the
Yeah.
chat, man. We very active in Chicago.
You
We
in the
call
right
that
place.
C Medina. You know, like the God said, you definitely in the right
You're
place.
in the right place. This is a
Oh,
connection.
you in LA? You in LA right now? Look,
Oh,
look,
oh,
my man's woke up.
He said I woke up.
there you go.
I was asleep.
Hold
Get
up,
it
let
right
me
back.
put him on it. No, let me just put the camera
You
on
in LA? Where you at in LA?
He said he in LA right now.
Listen,
I
what's
got, he already straight. He already straight. I got one. I got
where you at
one.
in Los Angeles?
I got one 11 laws on right here. Listen, what you do is you can inbox us right now. I connect you with the guy. We know a lot. He's the guy got knowledge out in LA and love law. He knows all the guys in the earths out there, and we can personally connect you. God, you want to
Los Feliz.
build on your?
I know where you at.
Say you know where you at. Peace to the God, Hollywood.
Yeah,
That's right, man. This is what we here for.
yeah. Well, that's good. You know, definitely inbox to God. You know,
Word.
and make sure you get with the 5% connection. And,
Yeah. Well, if you connect, you should go to the 5%connection.com, put your info on there, or you could just send us a DM. We'll get you connected and get you solid. But yeah, DM might be faster in your case because I'm right here with the God, and
right.
we can get you together. We can get you together.
No, all the way together.
Yeah, peace. So
Peace.
yeah, peace to the God. Say Jersey in the building, man. Peace to now justice.
Peace.
Peace to wherever you at
Every
out there. Peace to the
nationwide.
gods. Yeah, we all over the
Worldwide.
place, man.
Universal
Peace.
family.
That's what we're here to do, man. We definitely here to add on and to bring it to the people, and to help people out, man. And that's what we're here to do, man. Justice Born Law said, I worked at a pet supply store that received a shipment of pig ears that was left in the sun, and after opening the shipment, every box, about 15 in total, was full of worms.
We ain't even
Word
go.
is
Hold on. Well, another thing. See now, my mind is
Nasty.
ticking. The
Go ahead.
pig ears. See, the pigs, they don't sweat. Okay, the pigs have. Pardon. The pigs have what they call sweat glands in the back of their ears, so they store their sweat and recycle it through their body. But it doesn't come out of their pores. They don't sweat so that's why when they overheat, they go roll in the mud. Because their body doesn't release the pressure, right? And this is why boar hair, right, is so tough, right? It's so tough that they use it for hair brushes.
No doubt.
So when you go get a hairbrush at the store, go look at it. It says 100% boar bristle.
Yep.
Boar bristle means. So think about that. Them hard brushes that your mama used to brush your hair with.
And
It said 100% boar bristle. Think about how hard that hair is.
And God, look,
God,
somebody
they-
said something on
They
here
got
that.
different levels. They got medium, harsh.
So,
and
now where's the
different
soft from?
levels.
Now let's think about this.
The underbelly. It's all the way
No,
underbelly.
listen, the pubics. That's what I'm saying. When you brushing your hair, you doing what are they feeding you? They feeding your butt. They feed your ham. That's the butt. You ever seen a ham with the little hole on the side? What you think that is? That's a rectum.
Yo, damn.
They feed you the guts. They
The
feed you the
chitlin.
feet. They feed you the tongue, the lips, the nose.
The rooter to the tooth.
rooter
They
to
feed the
the
dogs
tooth.
the ears because that's too tough for teeth. That's
Well,
too.
look.
No. All
Too
that shit.
tough
All that shit going to the hog head cheese.
Damn.
What? That's the
hog
flavor.
cheese, God.
Yeah, they boil it and take the flavor out.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then they even eat the brain.
God, y'all acting up. So,
They even eat the brain. They even eat the brain. You know what the
Yeah.
brain go in? What's the brain go in?
Go ahead.
Trick question.
No,
No, it go in the hot dogs and all that extra shit they be making. The little the brain. Come on,
They just
man.
ground all that shit up.
Come on, they just blend it, man.
Just blend it, just whipped cream it together.
With metal
man.
fragments.
Look, no, what I was gonna say, and I think that's a good point, because somebody else said it. I teased that I think Doritos have pork in it too. Here's what you could do. Most key ways, one quick way that we always use is you want to look for the kosher symbols. See, not eating pork is not just a 5%er thing. The Jews don't eat to swine. It's considered to be unkosher. The Muslims don't eat the swine. They say it's not halal. It's unclean. It says in the Holy Quran not to eat the unclean animal. Right? In the Torah, it talks about how Solomon, how different people laid down the law and said that the pig was filthy. It's for one, it's in the Torah because it's in Leviticus. It's in Leviticus and Deuteronomy. Leviticus and Deuteronomy is known as the what?
That's it.
What's that called in the Bible? The
Leviticus,
laws.
That's
The laws.
That's the first
The
books.
laws.
That's the books.
Right. So the laws of the Jews, and one of those laws was not to eat the swine, was not to eat the poison animal because it cheweth of the cud.
They had reasons.
And it's unfilthy. Right. Like
They
you
had
said,
reasons.
They knew, like it said in the scripture, and I got the scripture, I could pull the scripture up, that their hooves is cloven. Because even they knew that that poison was coming out the bottom of their feet.
Listen.
You feel what I'm saying? So
reason.
the Jews say that not to eat the swine. So what you can see are the kosher symbols. The U, sometimes look like a U with a circle on
What's
it.
the U stand for?
It means it's a kosher. It means it's
No,
past
the-
kosher
What's
certification.
I don't know what it means.
The U is normally surrounded by a O.
Man, that's like the copyright
It's-
symbol, though, ain't it?
No,
No,
it
God.
means that they've passed kosher certification.
God, it means the Union
Oh,
of the
Bill.
Orthodox Jews.
Oh,
Okay.
Bill.
Thank you. Talk to me.
Bill,
The
God.
Union of the Orthodox
Bill,
Jews
God.
is made up of a set of 12 rabbis.
Damn.
And these rabbis oversee
Damn.
the kosher process of this meat.
Damn.
And when you see that use over, with a circle around it, that's the Union.
That's
of
the
Orthodox
registered.
Jews, God.
Yes, you're right. Word is bond. Hey, listen. The God, that's some heavy science. Listen,
Yeah, it's science. The guy.
Let me tell you something right now, though.
God.
right? They might have a U. I trust the K more. Sometimes the U,
What K
that's
is kosher.
sometimes it's Jewish pork though.
What the K is not
For real.
sanctioned by the Orthodox rabbis. When you see the K, that's not as official
Okay.
as the
U.
The U
Okay.
with the O.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The K could be good. Anybody can have the K.
And you know what else is good
Anybody
food?
can have
A lot of
the
people-
U.
Well,
Kellogg is a good brand.
Oh God, that's what I
because
was saying.
Dr.
I know
Kellogg.
the kosher means that you pass the kosher certification.
You haven't
It's
passed,
the
yeah,
test.
and the kosher
But you haven't-
certification
right.
is under the Union Orthodox.
Right.
of the
Peace,
Jews.
God. True
That's
indeed.
yeah.
True indeed. Peace to the God. Peace to the God. But my point in saying that, where I went with all that was some of the other names of the swine. Because if y'all may be tuning in, you may not know the other names of pig that they have on the back of shit. Okay? So one of them is gelatin. Okay? Gelatin
The
is
main
another name
one.
for pig. That's one of the main ones. Gelatin. Lard. Okay? One of the trickier ones that they use is mono and diglycerides. Mono and diglycerides.
Yeah, and for anybody that's
Okay.
Latin
Yeah.
or speaks Spanish, mancheca.
Mancheca, peace, God. Ooh.
Yeah,
Peace.
mancheca. You go to Mexican food, you say lard, they like, nah, no lard.
No lard.
Yeah, it's mancheca. Exactly. Yeah, you better ask.
Yeah, and well, another one I was gonna say was, where you see cultures. Cultures is another one for swine.
Cultures.
Cultures.
Leavening. Animal leavening.
Animal leavening.
You know what they put that in?
Enzymes.
You know what they put that in, though? Animal leavening? Jiffy cornbread.
Well, you got the vegetarian.
Animal
cornbread.
leavening.
You got the vegetarian boy.
Yeah, you do it. He put me onto the vegetarian.
What do you mean?
God.
Hold on. No. Hold on. No. I'm not denying it. I'm asking you a question. Seriously, think about this. Vegetarian cornbread. What does that mean? Why do I have to put vegetarian on a cornbread box? So just tell me that. Tell me that. What the hell is going on here, man? So you telling me it wasn't vegetarian this whole time? Oh, it's been dairy in it. No, I don't get this type of stuff. Because Morningstar got eggs in it. It's still vegetarian. So what kind of meat was y'all putting in this cornbread? eat the swine.
The swine. We know they
Jiffy.
would. Well, God, we knew that. That's why we knew. That's why you was just saying, don't eat the shit. Right.
Until
The
it was
motherfucker
vegetarian,
came.
I wouldn't touch it.
This vegetarian,
I
so
didn't
we can
touch
eat
it
it now.
I didn't touch it until I saw vegetarian.
Hey, it's deeper than just the pig though. Because
But
listen,
no,
listen,
that's what we were saying.
What y'all gotta
17 is that
understand
they
is
have a
we are
vegetarian
experiment.
version of.
They have experimented on us for years.
Absolutely.
So the thing is,
True
when you look
indeed.
at Lysol was first used as a cleaning agent for the slaves. Lysol was used as a cleaning agent for slaves.
Right in his eye.
And listen, the second use for Lysol was a douche. I'm killing them. This is the facts. So what I'm saying is now Lysol is the. Remember when Donald Trump was like, "Why can't we just inject it?" You think he was joking? Everybody laughed at him, but he was coming with some serious stuff because women used to inject Lysol into their privacy area, right?
But God, that's
Google that.
That shit's been proven.
It wasn't the shit that we got today.
My
But
point
I
is,
was.
my
Go
point
ahead,
is,
go ahead,
right?
Go ahead.
That was back with
That it's not just the swine that they test on the people. It's like GPS. When the original woman that made GPS, she made it for NASA, right? They took it and applied it to homing missiles. Before people ever had it on a cell phone, they was killing people with that shit. When George Washington Carver came up with the assembly line and made up 600 inventions with one peanut and some soybeans and shit, Henry Ford looked at that model and said, hey, I could put some black people on this line and make it real big and make my cars out of this same assembly line.
Mass production.
Yeah.
So this is the type of stuff but using it and look at Detroit now. How everybody's family worked for these lines
Motor City.
and they closed them down.
Yeah. But now,
They do these things in different areas, economic, diet. You feel what I'm saying? Mental, physical.
what are you? I definitely agree with you. I like what Moon Reflection said. Say the pig skin, football, basketball, all that's made out of the swine. I like that.
And they make you dribble it. They're like, go play with this ball.
I'm telling you, we was going through that.
Hold on.
We was,
Not no more.
Oh,
It's
you
not
see.
made out of pig skin
But
anymore.
don't say that though.
It's not.
Because you got white people protesting. No offense. You got the people protesting about the skin.
Baseball, and the average football, soccer ball, they're not made of pig skin.
no
anymore.
more. I agree.
Why?
It's more
Because the
cowhide.
animal activists.
No, it's more cowhide.
Why? Well, it's more synthetic.
No, but it's more cow than anything.
You think so? I think all that stuff is
Well, God,
synthetic.
I don't want to get too
You don't
far
think
away
so?
from where we was
It's
at.
not
with
pigskin
that.
on the football.
Not
No.
no more.
That's
Not no more.
crazy
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not. And listen, I'm not opposed to having pigskin on the football.
Football would
I'm
tell
not.
you that it's made of cowhide.
Well, that's what I was always on. That was made out of cowhide, but not to get too far away from it, man.
Hey.
Because we is, y'all know we the God Nerve Hour, man. We don't took it too on
Oh, it's been
get too
over
far.
hour.
But no, we
Apologize.
still cracking. We all good.
Hey,
we
man, it's
rock-
getting lit, man.
Yeah, no, we good. Well, I just wanted to make
It's
sure
been lit though.
it has been lit. It has been a dope episode, man. I just wanted to reiterate the point, man. Stop eating the swine. If you eating a pig, if you killing yourself right now. We want to save you. The gods and earth here to help you say today, man. Stop eating the poison animal. We just gonna start with the swine.
If you ain't gonna stop eating this poisonous animal, at least stop thinking poisonous thoughts.
I'm telling you, peace, God.
Stop infecting our people. Stop infecting the society.
I
Stop
mean-
infecting, you know what I'm saying, everyone, with unrighteous thoughts and actions.
Go ahead, God.
I don't want to assume that everybody here is not eating swine, but I would like to think that a lot of the people that's tuning in right now probably don't even eat swine. But the thing is,
That's
you
the
need to be
righteous thought.
teaching your family. You need to be teaching your friends. You need to be, and not, shoving it down their throat. You need to be walking with humility and teaching the people, man. Just everywhere you go, man. If you got a girlfriend, man, and you like her, man, and if she invites you over, man, and you the gentleman, and you go in the kitchen, and you like, baby, I'm gonna cook for you. You look in the freezer, and it's just pork products. You throw that away, man. But don't just throw it away. Go to the grocery store and buy some better stuff.
Be able to replace.
Make it colorful. Don't replace all the red stuff with other reds. Make it green, yellow, some purple eggplant. Make it look good in the fridge. Some Gatorades and waters.
That's right.
You take the alcohol out of her stuff and
Flavorful.
dump the E&J and the 40 ounces out of his refrigerator, sis. Cause
That's the honey.
let's not act like
Put some honey in
you
there.
feel me, sis? When you go to his house and you see the bacon next to the eggs, you tell him, honey, I don't eat that.
Throw that shit out.
No, you tell him, honey, this ain't gonna work. I'm preserving myself because, I don't fool with men that eat like that.
Give me some strawberries and bananas and
Look,
shit.
you gotta demand it. You gotta demand it. Real talk.
Some cantaloupe, some
I
honeydew
see.
melon.
Anything you want to leave him with, God? Come
I'm saying
on.
all that good shit. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Fill yourself up on all that good flavorfulness,
Yeah.
We want to make sure all that, you know what I'm saying? We want to get the best of all that, We live in our black excellence.
That's how this stops your swine messes up your production.
All that.
It's like, you ain't gonna reproduce the strong babies you want to reproduce. You keep eating that swine. You think you are, but I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be some discrepancies, man. And any of that, you gotta be careful with the things you eating and putting. Even drugs, it's all the same weight.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Get your watermelons, your honeydew melons, your cantaloupes, you know what I'm saying? Strawberries, grapes, you know what I'm saying?
Get your shea butters,
Kiwis.
all that.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Get all your natural things, stay natural. Make sure that
Natural toothpaste.
get the best that this earth has to offer for us.
Telling you.
That's what
Stop eating candy, man. It's a setup.
All of these
Bill,
things,
God.
you know what I'm saying? Stay in a positive mind state. Stay in a healthy mind state. Always strive to make sure that you can go and exercise your mental capacity to go and research things
Peace,
and
God.
look at what it is you're putting in your body.
Man, we can
Look,
keep going
look,
on. man.
look at how you're supposed to be able to wake up and exercise and think. When you wake up in the morning, don't wake up in the morning and if you wake up in the morning and you are just feeling like you don't want to get up out of bed and you just, rejecting the whole energy to getting up, you want to just stay in the bed and go to sleep, reject that. Get up with a burst of energy. Say, I'm looking forward to this day. I want to conquer what's next. You understand what I'm saying? You make sure you embrace the challenge that the next day is about to bring you because you got to conquer it regardless to whom or what. Now, you could deal with this shit like, you know what I'm saying, it's the worst thing that's about to happen to you. Or you could deal with this shit like it's a small thing to a giant.
An ant to an elephant.
You
Hey,
understand
listen,
what I'm saying?
be
But do that. Yeah, be great.
Yeah,
Be great.
yeah,
That's what I want to leave y'all with. Be great. Peace.
yeah. Peace to the God. Yo, be recognized. What I mean is like, don't settle for this swine. Don't settle for this this controlled lifestyle. That this predictable lifestyle, stereotypical lifestyle that we can all see already painted for us. Change that vision. You use your own paintbrush and stroke them paintbrushes.
You the controller. You the artist.
Man, listen, because right now we in a
You the
time.
author.
We in a time right now where we gotta face the music. We gotta really take a look in the mirror, take a step back and look at this situation and look at it for what it is and not what it appears to be. It appears to be that we got freedom and equality and all this stuff, but in reality, you waking up under, and let's just face it, it's called the Penal Code, okay? And this Penal Code, it's all wrapped into the swine and the thoughts and all this stuff. It's all wrapped into one. So it's like, don't get caught up in everything. Release yourself from the diet first because we already getting attacked from all kind of angles. And the diet is the most fundamental thing that you could change for yourself right now. That nobody else outside of you is guarantee is not going to affect you. You could buy what you want from the store. You could put what you want in your mouth at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got no money, then go to work, get some money, and buy some good food with it and fast. You know what I'm saying? And do what you got to do. But what I'm saying is, just be present, be recognized. Don't just fall into the wayside because it's, y'all gotta realize, man, this stuff that we living right now, it's real.
This shit is real.
It's a little bit over 150 years since 1865, which was the years that they allegedly let us out of the plantations. And in that time, they've built up incorporations and incarcerations against us. And we either a corporate fiction or like working for them, or they want to incarcerate you. And no matter where you turn, they going to feed you some swine. They going to keep negativity on your mind, because they know that if an illiterate people, have nowhere to go, they'll always run back to the master. You know what I'm saying? And we was mastered years ago. And as far as being mastered mentally, the first step to getting yourself out of being mastered mentally is to be able to control your mentality. Right? And to control your mentality, the first thing that you could do to prove that you control your mentality is to change the things that you eat. To give something up. If you could give something up, this is why all the religions, with the Christians, the Catholics, they do Lent. The Muslims, Ramadan Mubarak. Right now they doing Ramadan. Right? So what I'm saying is everybody has their own way of refraining and fasting from things. But this is a permanent refrain. This is a permanent fast from pork.
God, that's why we deal with things as a culture. Because, you know what I'm saying, one thing I know that you said, you know what I'm saying, we're dealing with, all those different forms of fasting and observing, the holidays at these particular times, you got, what you say, Ramadan, you know what I'm saying, you got Lent, you know what I'm saying, these are all times of fasting. You know what I'm saying, it's times that, these people are taught to let things go.
But people is thinking about, when our people do Lent, they say, ooh, no candy for 30 days.
Right.
No movies, no Netflix. It's always some silly stuff. But what you really need to let go of, you don't want to let go of. You in fear of failing without the things that are offered to you by this corporation that we live under. The beneficiaries to it. Okay.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
Why we not immigrants, God? If we live with the history that we got, we imports.
But they subject the whole society.
My point
to these
is,
things.
no, they did only after 1865. Prior to 1865, you could kill a black man, wouldn't go to jail for murder, only for destruction of another man's property. Yeah, you 3/5 human being. You could kill any black man you wanted to, as long as that man you use Fugitive Slave Act.
That's deep.
I caught a black man, black who? You caught a nigga, and I'm gonna return him to his owner. His owner didn't get back to me within the rightful time, so we gonna hang him, or we gonna sell him to another man. But we wasn't considered people, God. So what I'm saying is, after 1865, they created different statutes to keep us in place, in check as 3/5 human beings, and to lock anybody else that comes here as that. And they also put laws in place that the free whites of the country could use to take themselves out of that jurisdiction.
We're going to make that another show.
God, I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
God, we're going to have you come back and give a presentation.
I got some heavy stuff, because
we need you to come do a presentation.
it's all a sham. And if we could all see the sham, it's easier to stop eating the swine. It's easier to stop giving it to your children when you see the whole sham. Go look at these old cartoons with black people. Go look at how the first zoo started. The first zoo was a black man in Central Park in New York. A black man on display at the first zoo ever in the United States of America. So, they didn't have animals here first. They had the black man on display first. There's a lot of history. So,
God, yes, like God said.
Peace to the family.
God, we need to get you on here for another episode, maybe even this Friday. It could be the Friday night cipher.
We're making that happen.
And let the God do a whole presentation. He got the presentation already ready.
I could draw it on memorized.
I'm telling
internalized.
Right now, from me to you. You know what I'm saying? On everything from the 5-6 connection, we bringing you to God, truth or law. On this history.
Word.
Everything is everything.
We're going to talk about the real history.
We're going to talk about a whole lot of shit.
And it's like, y'all tune into this the one I'm on, and tune in general. But the one I'm on, we're going to outline some shit that I guarantee you most of us have not even considered to look at. Not even considered, because you got to be in a certain position to even want to overturn this rock. If you not in a position to say, damn, I need to defend myself, then you not gonna fight. Right? If you're not violent, we not violent. So my point is, when you get attacked from a certain corporation and you start looking up their laws and what they can and can't do, and you start seeing how and what, and you trace these things, everything goes back to 1865. And if y'all know what that is, what year that is, we're not even we gonna end it with that. Y'all go see what the hell happened in 1865, and when we come back, we gonna have some real facts to talk about.
Word, man. Listen, man, I would that y'all enjoyed this episode. I would that y'all enjoyed the content. If you missed the whole episode, man, make sure you catch the replay on YouTube, on Facebook, man, because it's not, if you're on Instagram, it's not going to be on Instagram, so you got to go to YouTube or Facebook, man. Give us a follow, or you can catch the full audio anywhere where podcasts are streaming, man. So you got Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere that you can catch straight audios, you can definitely get it on there, man. Or just follow us on YouTube, man. You can get the full replay. This is definitely gonna be an episode you might want to rewatch, because a lot of jewels was dropped and was given up, man. We had a lot of nice things that we built on. Also, if you want to catch the link to this clip that we played today, man, and the great God, the great mind, as well as the track from the Bakers from the God from the Bakers Club crew, man, it'll definitely be in the link. It'll be a link in the description on the video on YouTube or Facebook. So make sure you check that out, man. Listen, it's been a powerful privilege and a pleasure, man, adding on with y'all, man. So listen, with that, man, we're gonna leave y'all, man, in the same way that we greeted